What is up, guys? I am going to show you my Mesmer build that I use for PvP in the Season 2. I mainly use it all the way up to Ruby, and I usually kind of play a lot of the meta, but I wanted to play something completely different, and I definitely was thinking that it was going to suck, but it ended up actually playing out pretty well. As you can kind of see, like with my utilities right now, like you might think I'm crazy and not running Portal. Like, oh my god, someone's running a Mesmer that's not Portal, you must be trash. No, like, the way that I like to play this build is I either sit on home or I just camp mid and I do a lot of team support. So, with being team support, how do I do this? So, I will show you. So, right now, I run Sword Shield with Staff, so that's already meta enough as it is. So I run Doom with Leeching on my Sword Shield and Doom and Leeching with my Staff. I'm running Rune of the Melandru, which gives me extra toughness and vitality and the extra Condi duration on any Condis that the team is, or the enemy team is going to apply onto me. And I am running the very interesting Paladins. Paladin is going to give me that extra toughness and vitality, along with running a little bit more power with a little bit of precision. So yeah, I am actually capable of killing some people, and I did post like a video like a couple weeks ago in regards to like my little montage that kind of showed me doing some minor 2v1s against some Condi warriors and a couple other things. So I've been able to do a lot of outman stuff while my team is kind of doing other things while I'm waiting for someone to give me that extra +1 support. So the reason why I run Leeching is because I need some extra healing as I am swapping out, because I have to almost have my weapon swap, so I have to always be in Sword Shield and Staff at all times, just because of the utility of both of keeping me alive. Like, the Shield has blocks and has a lot of CC, and Staff has a lot of stuff as well, which I will be showing you in just a second. So what I am running is almost identical to the meta, except for I have one thing that's a little bit different. So right now I am running Inspiration, which giving persistent images, which is a no-brainer just because you have more health for your illusions, and gives retaliation, which is a pretty good amount of damage. Restorative illusions, this is definitely your bread and butter. Like, we have terrible Condi removal, so in order to make up for that, we need to have extra ability to remove some Condis. Well, this also gives us some extra heal as well, so we'll be pumping out a lot of illusions, so we'll be almost maintaining like perma 3, so getting that extra 1500 like health and a Condi removal, that's pretty awesome. But just getting a free shatter off is almost 1000 health as well, so like you get also extra healing with this. It's on the 10-second cooldown, which isn't too crazy, but I mean, the healing power doesn't scale too well with how Mesmers are operating, but this one is really good. So as we are casting like phantasms and a bunch of other things, we have Phantasmal Defender. So you summon an illusion that gives an illusion of defense to nearby allies when it attacks, which cuts half of the incoming damage transferred to the defender, which is awesome. So you cast it whenever you successfully block or evade. Well, let's just see here. We have an evade with Sword 2. We have a block on both shields, so if you hit Deja Vu, you pretty much can get an extra block as well. And with the evades, like, we're going to have a lot of endurance throughout this just because we're pretty tanky, but I mean, if we need to evade something just from seeing a big animation, we definitely can do that. So the next line I am running is Chaos, which it's like, well, what is so special about Chaos? Well, what I'm running is take the Illusionary Defense, which reduces my damage that I receive by a total of 9% when I have all my illusions and clones up. So I'm not very, very shatter heavy, even though if I'm going to have to fight something, I'm kind of more on the defensive. Almost if I need to like hard CC something, then I will use Diversion as well, which 38-second cooldown, not too bad, but the fact that it gives daze and a little bit of fury, so I'll be able to crit a little bit more and a little bit of alacrity. But giving that hard CC on an individual definitely can make or break on those team fights. And I run Chaotic Dampening. Like, there really isn't anything like too crazy like gain condition damage. I don't really need that. And this 60-second cooldown, I don't think it's worth it. So I like this just because I need to have my staff on a very, very fast cooldown. Since everything on staff right now has such high cooldowns, I need to be able to recharge it very quickly. Yeah, I have alacrity, I can dish out like a little bit of extra recovery and all that, but I need to maintain as many off cooldowns as I can. So with this, it boosts my ability by, like it says, recharge reduction per pulse at 2.5%. So as long as I have some form of Chaos Armor on, I will be reducing my cooldowns of Chaos Storm, which is awesome, not only for offense but defense. As you can see, you get Aegis, Retaliation, Swiftness, and you chill, poison, and give weakness, and you daze up to 5 targets in a radius of 240. That's pretty awesome. And you could drop this, and then you can do phase retreat into it. You'll get yourself a free Chaos Armor, so then that will give you extra protection, regen, swiftness, and then whenever people are attacking you, they pretty much get the negative effects. When that gets off, you could just redo Chaos Armor, and you would pretty much have like a pretty good amount of protection, which I find pretty awesome. Now, the only thing that I see that is completely different when it comes down to the Chronomancer line is that I am not doing Time Catches Up, and I'm not doing Illusionary Reversion, which it's like, well, you're shattering. Shouldn't you want to have like extra like clones generated? Well, yeah, it's nice, but the fact that I am more team oriented, I want to kind of give my team extra damage boosts by giving them extra alacrity. So I am running 2 wells, my heal well, which is awesome because not only that, like from right here, I lose conditions with my shattering, I also lose conditions whenever I use a heal skill. So I will be kind of removing like a lot, and with my wells and stuff, alacrity applied 50% more. So with having that, I will be able to give awesome support for myself by being able to rebuff everybody as fast as I can, along with everyone that's pretty much within my AoE range. I will be able to give them some form of alacrity and a couple other buffs that I am providing. And the other one is like your phantasms resummon after your first time they are shattered, which is really good because almost everything that you're going to have is some form of phantasm. You're not really going to have that many clones. The only type of clones that you're probably going to just have is going to be Staff 2 and Sword 3, but usually Sword 3 is just used whenever someone's either running away, you need to do a quick immob, or if you're just doing Staff 2 is just one of those you need to either evade or get up to a platform. Like if you're on mid and legacy, you can get on top of like ledges very easily without having blink. Since I do not have blink on this character for this build, I kind of need a little bit extra mobility if I need to move around, if I'm getting way too much pressure. But I've been able to maintain a lot of stuff when it comes down to getting hard focus because I'm built around that, and it allows me to provide information for my team to say like, hey, I'm being hard focused, like it's fine, like let's just target this guy and let's just take him out. So with that, like it kind of can push them into extra like Zerg style of just being able to just mow down a specific individual that is getting pretty much out of the whim. So with that, like I am running Well of Eternity, Well of Precognition, No Field, Feedback, and Signet of Humility. Now you're probably wondering why Well of Eternity over maybe Ether Feast or either Signet of Ether. Well, I really like Well of Eternity just because the initial heal 3200 and ending heal 3800. That is a lot of HP for something that's technically not 30-second cooldown. It is going to be boosted up just from the alacrity that is dishing out. So with this, like it pulses and does a lot of support for myself and my team. I run Will of Precognition because it is a break stun, which definitely can save your butt whenever you do somehow, let's just say, a miraculous thing that you just burned all your stuff and you cannot get either like Distortion up, Blur Frenzy, your shield, anything. So this definitely helps by getting you just free way to just move away. So with this, like it gives you Aegis stability, which is awesome. And the fact that it pulses 3 times, like if you do get like a lot of damage, let's just say you have like either a thief or just someone like just heavy hitting you very, very fast, like you can get easy blocks into that without having to like ruin like your weapon cooldowns. Like you can kind of like based off of this. The other cool thing with this is at the end of it, you regain more endurance. So with that being said, like it boosts like the ability of Phantasmal Defender. So yeah, it is on a 30-second cooldown, but let's just say you have something on cooldown that is like for block oriented, and the fact that we have so many more dodges, we can summon more Phantasmal Defenders, which is definitely great just because we need that extra like buffer when it comes down to negating damage. Now, no field. Yeah, this seems kind of weird, but there's a lot of condies going around. There's a lot of things just getting thrown out here. So I figured, why not have no field out? So it rips spoons from foes. So NGs definitely eats them up. And when there's a lot of Necros on the other team, it kind of helps out our team by being less stressful when it comes down to getting a lot of Connie pressure, because when you have a really good Reaper on the other team, they could pump out so much poison, and if they're really good, they will CC you pretty good, and you can get wrecked very easily by either if they're like running minions and all this stuff. So by having this, it kind of gives a little bit of leeway for other teammates to be able to survive a little bit while they're off cooldown. So feedback, very, very weird, but very useful. I like feedback a lot because there's a lot of people that run ranged weapons. So like you have Dragon Hunter, even though you don't really see that many, they run bow a lot. You have Thief. There are pistol thieves that run around, even though that it's not too norm, but you do see that happen like a lot. But it does prevent short bow. You have Rangers, and there's some other things that like Condi Mesmers, if they're running Scepter and all that, like their auto attack will get negated from that. So, and if there is like a warrior running longbow or rifle, like that will definitely support your team like a lot if you don't see that rifle warrior doing a kill shot stance on someone that's either really, really low and all that. So it definitely helps especially like if there is someone that's down and you need to quickly like revive, you can drop like the feedback on that, and you'll be able to get something up just from like a ranger could try to CC you by knockbacking you with a bow or anything like that, and with feedback up, they pretty much are knockbacking themselves, so it definitely helps like a lot. Now, you don't have to run MOA. Yeah, I know it got nerfed like on a couple patches, but I mean 6-second duration isn't too bad as long as you do continuous split. Like, you pretty much just have it on a 90-second cooldown. But it is really good when it comes down to like wrecking Ellies, NGs, warriors, like especially like NG and warrior when they go into like Juggernaut and stuff. Like, you don't want to mess with that. You don't really see too many Reapers when they go into like Lich form, but they do go into the Reaper form a lot. So if you know that their health pool is really, really low and they go back into Reaper form, you can easily MOA them, get them out of Reaper form, get them at low health, hard hit them, get them down, and kill them very easily. And by being able to just focus targets. So like, me being the role as like the Mesmer, I just pick out the crowd, I call my targets, and I make sure my teammates are fighting the targets that I find that we need to focus down first, and then we go from there, and we are able to easily maintain mid control. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. I would say definitely try it. I know it seems like a little wonky, but I find it very fun. Yeah, I do like running like the Condi meta when it comes down to running the carry-on and other things like that. But I find this very fun. It also kind of throws people off whenever they see a couple other like weird things when it comes down to this. But it is very fun when it comes down to just doing a different style of just team play fight. So I will catch you guys later. I will be making other kind of videos down the road when it comes down to some PvP builds, so just stay tuned with that. I am working on some other stuff, so I'm kind of laying low a little bit on some Guild Wars content until I get some of my other stuff done down the road, and then I'll be able to kind of push a little bit more on the Guild Wars stuff. So if you have any questions in regard to this build, you can write in the comments below. And if you actually enjoyed this video, you can hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed and you feel like wanting to subscribe to see some future content, feel free to do so. Until next time, see you guys later.